Stop wasting half your marketing budget. Mobile attribution is the map that turns spending into profit. In the next few minutes, you'll learn what mobile attribution is and why it's critical for app growth, how attribution actually works, the key metrics, how to fight ad fraud, what Apple's privacy changes mean for your measurement strategy, why a mobile measurement partner is essential for your app. Ready? Let's start. Every year, billions of dollars flow into mobile advertising. But here's the truth. Most marketers can't tell you exactly which ads are actually working. With well over 5 million apps competing for attention, relying on organic discovery isn't enough. You need paid marketing to drive growth. But that creates a crucial problem. When you're running campaigns across hundreds of ad networks and platforms, how do you know which specific ad deserves credit for a new user? If you can't answer that question, you're flying blind. You can't optimize your budget, and you're almost certainly wasting money. That's where mobile attribution comes in. It's the system that answers one critical question: which ad drove this app download? Without it, you simply can't make smart marketing decisions. So how does attribution connect the dots between an ad and an app install? The process relies on two key ingredients: unique device identifiers and a piece of software called an SDK from your mobile measurement partner. Let's walk through what happens step by step. The first step is the ad interaction. When a user clicks on your ad, the system instantly captures important information: the device's unique ID, the exact time of the click, and which campaign the ad belongs to. This data gets stored and waiting to be matched with a future install. And the second step is the install and match. When that user downloads and opens your app for the first time, the SDK embedded in your app springs into action. Why do you need an SDK in your app? Because the App Store sits between the ad click and install. Google Play and the App Store don't automatically tell you which ad led to each download. The SDK is your eyes and ears inside the app. It reports back: this device just installed, so the attribution system can match it with the earlier ad interactions. The SDK sends data to your attribution provider, who then attempts to match this new install with the earlier ad click. This matching process depends on device identifiers: Google Advertising ID or GAID for Android devices, Identifier for Advertising or IDFA for Apple devices, Google Play Referrer, which passes tracking data directly from the Google Play Store. Sometimes hashed customer IDs like emails for more advanced tracking are also used. Here's an important rule: an ad only gets credit if the install happens within a specific time frame called the attribution window. Think of it as a deadline for claiming credit. Most advertisers use a 7-day window for clicks. So if someone clicks your ad on a Monday and install your app on Wednesday, that ad gets credit. But if they install 2 weeks later, that counts as an organic install. No ad gets credit. There are two main types of attribution. The first one is click-based attribution, is the most common one. The typical window is 7 days, meaning clicks get credit for installs that happen within a week. If a user clicks multiple ads before installing, the most recent click gets 100% of the credit. This is called the last click model. View-tree attribution gives credit to an ad the user only saw without clicking. These windows are kept very short, typically under 24 hours, and clicks always override views. Beyond last click. And beyond last click attribution determines which ad network gets paid, but it doesn't tell the whole story. For example, a user might first see your ad on Instagram, click a Facebook ad 3 days later, then finally click a Google ad and install. Last click gives Google 100% of the credit, but Instagram and Facebook clearly played a role. That's why smart marketers also use multi-touch attribution. This model assigns fractional credit to each touch point, maybe 20% to Instagram for creating awareness, 30% to Facebook for consideration, and 50% to Google for the final conversion. This gives you a complete picture of how your channels work together. Getting an install is just the starting line. The real goal is acquiring quality users who actually engage with your app and generate revenue. That's why you need to track in-app events, the actions users take after installing. This data tells you which campaigns are bringing your best users, so you can invest more in what's working. Here are some key metrics to track. Retention. How many users keep coming back over time? High retention means you're acquiring users who genuinely value your app. Lifetime value, or LTV. The total revenue a user generates throughout their entire relationship with your app. Cost per install, or CPI. How much you're spending to acquire each new user. Here's the golden rule of mobile marketing. Your lifetime value must exceed your cost per install. If users generate more revenue than what you pay to acquire them, your business is profitable. If not, you're burning money. Here's the role of mobile measurement partners. Managing all this data across dozens or hundreds of ad sources is complex. That's where a mobile measurement partner, or MMP, comes in. An MMP is a neutral third party that collects, verifies, and organizes data from all your advertising channels. They act as the referee, preventing situations where multiple ad networks try to claim credit for the same install. Without this independent verification, you would have conflicting reports and no reliable way to know which numbers to trust. Mobile attribution faces two major challenges that every marketer needs to understand. The first one is ad fraud, and the second one is privacy regulations. So how to fight ad fraud? Ad fraud is a multi-billion-dollar problem. Fraudsters constantly develop new schemes to steal attribution credit and your advertising budget. Fraud typically falls into two categories: hijacking real users. The most common tactic here is click flooding. Fraudsters send thousands or millions of fake click reports to attribution systems, essentially spamming them. They are betting that some real people will organically install your app. When that happens, their fake click, which was randomly sent for that device ID, becomes the last click and steals your credit, your legitimate marketing. You pay the fraudster instead of the channel that actually drove the install. And the second one is fabricating users entirely. This involves bots, programs that simulate clicks, installs, and even in-app activity that never actually happen with real people. Effective fraud prevention requires sophisticated technology. The best solutions use machine learning trained on billions of data points to identify and block fraudulent activity before it contaminates your data. So how to navigate privacy changes is the second topic. The privacy landscape has shifted, starting with regulations like GDPR and dramatically accelerating with Apple's iOS 14 update. So Apple introduced App Tracking Transparency, or we call it ATT, which requires apps to explicitly ask users for permission to track them across other apps and websites. If users opt in, traditional tracking with identifiers like IDFA continues as before. But when users decline, which the majority do, standard tracking stops. Apple's solution for this new reality is Stored Ad Network, or shortly SCAN. Understanding SK Ad Network, or SCAN, is Apple's privacy-focused attribution framework. Instead of tracking individual users, it reports campaign performance using aggregated data, meaning results are bundled together in groups rather than showing you each specific user's journey. Think of it like this. Traditional attribution shows you user A clicked ad 1, installed, and spent $10. And SCAN shows you 100 users from campaign X installed, and collectively they generated $800 in revenue. So you get the big picture, but lose the individual details. So, limited post-install visibility. SCAN provides minimal insights into what users do after installing, making it difficult to calculate true ROI and lifetime value. The second point, reduced granularity. You get campaign-level data, but not detailed breakdowns by ad set or creative variation. Third one, delayed reporting. Data arrives with significant delays, preventing the real-time optimization that modern marketing demands. So what's the new reality? Today's marketers need a blended measurement approach. You must combine the deterministic user-level data you still have access to with SK Ad Networks, aggregated signals, predictive modeling, and advanced statistical techniques to build the most complete picture possible. In today's mobile landscape, with intense competition, sophisticated fraud, and strict privacy constraints, a powerful mobile measurement partner isn't optional. It's essential for infrastructure for any serious app businesses. So here's what a good MMP provides. First, a unified view. They regulate data from all your marketing channels, giving you one clear picture instead of dozens of conflicting reports. The second, advanced measurement. They help overcome SKAd network's limitations by combining fragmented privacy-safe data with predictive modeling to estimate true performance. 3. Fraud prediction. They validate your data before you use it to make budget decisions, ensuring you're only paying for real users. 4. Actionable insights. They transform raw data into clear answers about what's working and what's not. So mobile attribution isn't just about tracking installs. It's about understanding the true value of every marketing dollar you spend. Master attribution, and you gain the power to scale profitability by investing only in activities that genuinely grow your business. Stay tuned for more deep dives into specific attribution topics. If you have questions, drop them in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more content to level up your mobile marketing. Thanks for watching, and see you next time!